Okay. It is time. It is time to fight crime with the Bible. Everything looks like it's working. Yeah, everything's working. What's her likes? Oh, also. Oh, wait a second. Make sure everything's working. Okay, now. Thank you all for, only the friggin' devil. Okay, I want to answer the friggin' devil's question. Actually, before I do that, everyone that joins the stream, thank you for tuning in. My name is Adam Brazell. I'm the Bible Nutter. What we're going to do is very simple. It's just a simple Bible study. We're in Proverbs chapter 24, King James Version. I'm going to read a chapter. And then I'm going to look at chat. And then I'm going to reread the chapter line by line. And if people post something in the chat they have an interest in, then I'll zero in on that. If not, then I'll just go verse by verse just to talk about what I think. Very simple. That's the plan. The friggin' devil. Hello, Marky Man. David's a yo-yo. Hello, guys. Thank you for joining. I think that is it. Okay. So now the friggin' devil says, why couldn't God just create only good people that would choose to obey him? That way no one would have had to go to hell. I don't know. I've thought about this, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it's possible. So, I did two things. Two things. Number one is I believe that good people are going to do good no matter what their circumstances are. I believe that. So a good person would be good independent of their circumstances. I believe that. So it doesn't matter if you had a good life or a bad life. Ultimately, that person will choose God and Jesus and righteousness. I don't believe it's your circumstances that make you a good person. I don't believe it's because you had these things happen to you, that's why you chose to do good. And likewise, these bad things happen to you, that's why you chose a life of crime and evil. I don't believe that. I believe that a good person will eventually do right and do the good thing, even in his dying breath, just eventually. I don't believe there's any... I don't believe that in an alternate reality, there are people that have gone to hell that would have gone to heaven, and people that go to heaven that would have gone to hell. I don't believe that. But now the question is then, well, if people are good independent of their circumstances and people are bad independent of their circumstances, why couldn't God just create good people that would be good and obey him, since the circumstances don't matter? That I don't... Even though that's worded pretty straightforward, I'm sure there's something wrong with it that I don't understand it. I don't see how it's possible for God to just create good people. Two things with that. Number one, we don't know who the good people are. Everyone claims to be a good person. We don't know who that is. So, I don't know. And number two, the way God has done it is he's done it parallel to like fishing. So when you fish, you you go to a lake and you cast in your fishing rod and then you wait and then you catch fish. And the good fish you keep and the bad fish you cast away. Well, the whole universe is like that. God has created us, given us all free will. And then when the time comes, Judgment Day, the good he's going to gather to himself, and the bad he's going to cast away. Just like we do in real life. If you grow an apple tree and then the apples grow and then it's time to pluck them, the good apples you keep and the bad apples you cast away. That's what it's going to happen. That is what is done. But as far as why couldn't God just create good people so that they would, no one would go to hell? I don't know if it's possible. I don't know how you would do that. So that's definitely a thought. I'm very interested in that, so I'll probably do some more research on that later. I'll probably look up commentaries or something, because I would like to know that. If there is an answer. I know that because God didn't do it that way, that must not be possible, or there's some flaw with it or something. Because there is a God. Okay, so I hope that answers your... Well, I didn't really answer your question. Well, I hope that I answered your question as best I can. Now, we're going to be in Proverbs, chapter 24, King James Version. Without further ado, take a drink. Let's get that off. Okay. So, and here we go. We're just going to read Proverbs chapter 24. And I have like a stuffy note, so it's kind of hard to read, but I'll try. Be not thou envious against evil men, neither desire to be with them. For their heart studieth destruction, and their lips talk of mischief. Through wisdom is an house builded, and by understanding it is established. And by knowledge shall the chambers be filled with all precious and pleasant riches. Man. A wise man is strong, yea, a man of knowledge increaseth strength. For by wise counsel thou shalt make thy war, and in the multitude of counselors there is safety. Wisdom is too high for a fool, he openeth not his mouth in the gate. He that deviseth to do evil shall be called a mischievous person. The thought of foolishness is sin, and the scorner is an abomination to men. If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. If thou forbear to deliver them that are drawn unto death, and those that are ready to be slain, if thou sayest, Behold, we knew it not, doth not he that pondereth the heart consider it? And he that keepeth thy soul, doth not he know it? And shall not he render to every man according to his works? My son, eat thou honey because it is good, and the honeycomb which is sweet to thy taste. So shall the knowledge of wisdom be unto thy soul when thou hast found it. Then shall be a reward, and thy expectation shall not be cut off. Lay not wait, O wicked man, against the dwelling of the righteous. Spoil not his resting place. For a just man falleth 7 times, and riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. Rejoice not when thine enemy falleth, and let not thine heart be glad when he stumbleth, lest the Lord see it, and it displease him, and he turn away his wrath from him. Fret not thyself because of evil men, neither be thou envious at the wicked. For there shall be no reward to the evil man. The candle of the wicked shall be put out. My son, fear the Lord and the king, and meddle not with them that are given to change. For their calamity shall rise suddenly, and who knoweth the ruin of them both? These things also belong to the wise. It is not good to have respect of persons in judgment. He that saith unto the wicked, Thou art righteous, him shall the people curse. Nations shall abhor him. But to them that rebuke him shall be delight. And a good blessing shall come come upon them. Every man shall kiss his lips that giveth a right answer. Prepare thy work without, and make it fit for thyself in the field, and afterwards build thine house. Be not a witness against thy neighbor without a cause, and deceive not with thy lips. Say not, I will do so to him as he hath done to me. I will I will render to the man according to his work. I went by the field of the slothful, and by the vineyard of the man void of understanding. And lo, it was all grown over with thorns, and nettles had covered the face thereof, and the stone wall thereof was broken down. Then I saw, and considered it well. I looked upon it, and received instruction. Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep. So shall thy poverty come as one that travaileth, and thy want as an armed man. Okay, that was Proverbs chapter 24. Now look at chat. What does chat say? Hello, Dustin Sama. Man. And hello, Mandy Sama. Thank you for joining. There's a lot of stuff. My voice is dying. My nose is stuffy. But I gotta do it. Now, hello, Mandy Sama. Hello. When the Bible says, "Be not thou envious against evil men, neither desire to be with them," it's talking about like when you see how rich people have like all sorts of fancy stuff, like big house, big car, and money, and rich and wealth. It says, "Don't be envious of them. Don't want what they have," which is kind of a strange thing, because how can you not want what they have? They have it all. Stay 6 feet, brother. Oh yeah. I'll 6 feet you. When we're talking about the rich people, and you think, oh, well, I want to be rich or something like that, like them, but don't be, because they got their riches probably through wicked means, and you don't want that. When you get your riches, if you get your riches, you want to acquire them through a righteous means, because ultimately, number one, if you're going to hell, then it doesn't really matter how much riches you had, because you're going to burn in hell, so that's not good. And number two, it could be in this life that God is going to destroy them. The rich and evil, God is going to destroy in this life, not even in the afterlife, but in this life. That is also possible. So that's why you shouldn't envy them, because you could be, in a sense, envying your own destruction. So don't do that. That's what it means. Be not thou envious against evil men, neither desire to be with them, for their heart studieth destruction, and their lips talk mischief. Yeah, their heart studieth destruction, their lips talk mischief. It means that I believe it just means that they just care about money. They just love money. The love of money is the root of all evil. And so long as they have money, they don't care about like who they're hurting. And so as a result, they're going on the path of destruction. And their lips talk of mischief. Let me look up that word just to be sure. Mischief is like doing wrong stuff. Mischief. Mischief. Playful misbehavior or troublemaking, especially in children. Harm or trouble caused by someone or something. Harm, hurt, and injury, impairment, damage, detriment. Naughtiness, bad behavior. Oh, naughtiness, badness, bad behavior, misbehavior, mischievous. And their lips talk of mischief. I guess they're just going to get into bad things. Maybe too stoned to do this and knocked out cold. Dustin says, but I want to do my own destruction. It pleases me. What? Okay, very good. Marky Man says, where David at? Halo, Dragon Ball, Dave, Thug Life, Murky Gay, typical. Yeah, we got a whole crew here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you. Through wisdom is an house builded, and by understanding is it established. Well, a good house is builded that way. Not a house that won't stand is not built that way. And by knowledge shall the chambers be filled with all pressure. Okay, yeah, just be wise and righteous and build up your strength and honor and everything else that way. That way it will last forever. A wise man is strong, yea, a man of knowledge increaseth strength. I'm assuming it's not literally, like literally strong. I'm slightly disciplined. I figured that out. I'm a slightly disciplined man. Marky Man says, yo, razzle bedazzled. I'm a slightly disciplined man. I figured that out because I do push-ups. So that means I'm slightly disciplined. Yay. So a wise man, I don't think it's talking about physical strength, though. I think it's talking about a strong character. A wise man is strong, yea. A man of knowledge increases strength. I think it's strong character. Dragon Ball Dave says, yo, hello, yo. For by wise counsel thou shalt make thy war, and in the multitude of counselors there is safety. Well, I mean, what you should do is... So when it says make thy war, I think that's just a placeholder for pretty much any plan you plan to do. By wise counsel, you can make your plans. And in the multitude of counselors, there is safety. Not as in protection safety, but as in safety as in like... You can pretty much know the best course of action to take because you're getting counsel from lots of different people. Life is a mystery, and what you should do is mysterious. However, it is not so mysterious that it's just past finding out. There's only so many options you have. There's only so much you can do. Like if you're, I don't know, if you don't have any legs, then what you can do is limited than what someone else with athletics can do. Like you're probably not going to be a professional swimmer without any legs. Probably. And you might not have wanted to do that anyway. But without any legs, it would be a lot harder, if not impossible, to do it. So, my point is, there's only so many options that you can do, and everyone is a unique person and has their own field of interest. And if you do that, and then if you get counsel, you should be able to pretty much figure out what you're wanting to do. That's what I believe. Jacob Israel does not equal Jew. Ah! Okay, so I'm going to make a video about the Jews. Probably going to do that today or tomorrow. Hopefully that's the plan. We'll see. I'm only slightly disciplined, so we'll see. Wisdom is too high for a fool. He openeth not his mouth in the gate. I don't know what that means. Wisdom is too high for a fool. I do agree with that. Fools despise wisdom. It's maddening. He openeth not his mouth in the gate. I don't know what that means. Ooh, he says, oh, what a lie. Dragon Ball Dave. Ooh, what a lie. When the fool does not open his mouth in the gate, I don't know what that means. The gate is like the entrance to the city, and he openeth not his mouth in the gate, so he doesn't talk to anyone at the entrance of the city. So I guess, what, is he not prepared or something? I don't know. I am not sure what that means. That's something I'd have to do like research on, because I don't know what that means. And chat doesn't. If chat knows what it means, this would be a perfect time to like post it, so that I could like read it. That would be great. That would be awesome if chat could look up what that meant. What Proverbs 24:7 meant. That'd be great. He that deviseth to do evil shall be called a mischievous person. Okay, that makes sense. The thought of foolishness is sin, and the scorner is an abomination to men. This is pretty cool. Normally things are an abomination to God. This is an abomination to men. Now the scorner is a Karen. That's totally a Karen, or I guess a Kevin. The scorner is an abomination to men. Yeah, no one likes a Karen. No one. This is important. If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. So it says strength here, and where does it say strength again? So 10 and 5 and 10. A wise man is strong, yea, a man of knowledge increaseth strength. If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. So it is talking about strength of character. I was right. It is talking about strength of character. So faint, or when you become lighthearted, or when you just give up in the day of adversity. Adversity is like hardness or difficulty, when things don't go your way. If you give up in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. Your character is weak. That's what it's saying. Everyone can manage their affairs and their life and their mood when everything's going good and right. But when nothing is going good and right, and everything is against you, and nothing is going the way it's supposed to, and then you faint, you give up, you pout, you throw a fit, you say life's not fair, you have a weak character. Now, if that's a problem to you, then get wisdom. Understand that these things happen. I forget the guy's name. He's a rich man. He gives millionaire advice. He said that he said that failure is inevitable. You're going to fail. And he said that failure and successes are like the seasons. The winters are the failures, the hard times, and the summers and the springs are like the success times. And the falls, right, come before winter. So the point is, the way you should look at failure in life is stepping stones. Literally, this is the difference between people that are successful and unsuccessful. Is the people who are successful failed a lot more times than the people who are unsuccessful. The people who are unsuccessful, they failed once and they gave up. The people who are successful, they failed once and kept going. Twice, still strong. 3, 4, 5 times, they're just not going to quit. They've already put it in their heart and their mind, I want to do this. And they just don't quit. And that's why they become successful. Because they don't give up, they don't quit, they just keep going. So, if you see failures as stepping stones, if you think that I cannot achieve my goal unless I fail 1,000 times trying, then when you failed 100 times already, you'd be like, I'm almost there. Well, I'm closer. Like every failure, you should look at it should make you happy. Every failure, you should be like, wow, I'm getting closer. You cannot win unless you fail. That's just the way God made it. Or the way it is. Well, if it's the way it is, I suppose it's the way God made it, maybe? Maybe. But that is the way it is. You got to fail in order to succeed. No one is perfect. No one's going to succeed at everything the first try. But the real success stories are people that have failed again and again and again, and then they kept picking themselves up and they kept going. Side note, I just thought of this. Corey Kenshin, he's a YouTuber. I love him. He's cool. And he's inconsistent. He's inconsistent with his YouTube videos. He's got millions of subscribers. He's constantly number one on trending on YouTube. So he's very popular. And he's inconsistent. Like sometimes he'll go months without uploading, or sometimes he'll have something like Spooky Scary Sunday, and then he won't upload a Spooky Scary Sunday video for like months. He's inconsistent, but he's still at it, and I love it. It's very encouraging. Very encouraging stuff. As a YouTuber, it's very encouraging to hear, even from like top YouTubers, that they're inconsistent, because I'm inconsistent. So that that makes me happy that even the people at the top are still inconsistent. I'm only slightly disciplined. Okay, now, so just thought about that. If thou forbear to deliver them that are drawn unto death, I just jumped right into it because no one else chatted anything. If thou forbear to deliver them that are drawn unto death, and those that are ready to be slain, if thou sayest, Behold, we knew it not, doth not he that pondereth the heart consider it? Doth he that keepeth the soul, doth he know it? Okay, so forbear means to not do something. So if you withhold to deliver them that are drawn unto death, and those that are ready to be slain, if thou sayest, Behold, we knew it not, doth not he, being God, doth not God pondereth the heart and consider it? And he that keepeth thy soul, God, doesn't God know? And God's going to reward everyone according to their deeds. So, them that are drawn unto death, and those that are ready to be slain, forbear to deliver them. What does that mean? Forbear to withhold, to stop from delivering them that are drawn unto death. I don't know what this means. What does this mean? They're drawn unto death, like they're drawn unto death as in their ways are self-destructive, and it's saying that you should try and help these people and say, hey, get off this path of destruction and get on the path of righteousness and life? Is it saying that? And those that are ready to be slain. What does that mean? Who are those that are ready to be slain? Is it people like trying to commit suicide? I don't know. Who are these people? What is chat? Chat, what do you think? If thou forbear, you withhold, you stop. So you're not going to deliver them from. You're not trying to interfere with them that are drawn unto death, and those that are ready to be slain. And if you say, we knew it not, doth not he ponder the heart and considereth it? What does this mean? I am not sure what this means. Them that are drawn unto death, and those that are ready to be slain. I don't know what it means, but if it is talking about suicide, if you don't do anything to try and help someone who's trying to commit suicide, and if you say, Behold, we knew it not, God is going to ponder your heart, and he's going to know it. Maybe that's what it's talking about. Maybe it's not. I'm not sure. I have to do more research on it. But if it's talking about that, I'm going to just assume that if someone's trying to kill themselves, to try and help them, counsel them, guide them. I know one of the things, I'm not an expert on this, so I don't know. I heard one of the things you can do to help someone who's trying to commit suicide, to help them not do that, is just to talk to them. Sometimes I just need someone to talk to. So, but I don't know. That's something else I have to research on. Definitely suicide is bad. Don't do it. I don't know if that deterred anyone. But God, but it might not be talking about that. I'm not sure what this is talking about. Maybe don't withhold your foot from helping those that are doing good. I'm not sure. I am not sure. My son, eat thou honey, because it is good, and the honeycomb, which is sweet to thy taste. So shall knowledge of the so shall the knowledge of wisdom be unto thy soul when thou hast found it, and there shall be a reward, and thy expectations shall not be cut off. So when it says, eat thou honey, because it is good, and the honeycomb, which is sweet to thy taste, it says, knowledge, so shall the knowledge of wisdom be unto thy soul. So this honey, and this honeycomb, which is sweet to thy taste, I believe this is just pure, honest goodness, knowledge and truth and facts and things that are simple to understand. Not simple because they are foolish, but simple because they are true. That's what I'm thinking it says. And thy expectation shall not be cut off. Your expectation, the thing you expect, shall not be cut off, as in destroyed. It will not be like withholden from you. If you seek to do good and seek righteousness and wisdom, according to the Bible, God likes that, and God will preserve you and protect you and increase you. Now, this is not... this is guaranteed in heaven, for sure, that if you loved righteousness and ran after righteousness, that God's going to give you rewards for that in heaven. That's 100% guaranteed. But as far as in this life, we've seen how people, even Jesus Christ, our Lord, who lived perfectly, and yet he was crucified. So it is not guaranteed. It's not guaranteed you're going to get the rewards and riches in this life, but it is guaranteed in the afterlife. Nevertheless, if you are doing good things for a reward, you're not doing them for the right reason. You should do good things just because it's the good thing, just because it's the right thing to do. You should not expect a reward for doing the right thing. It just happens sometimes. Lay not wait, O wicked man, against the dwelling of the righteous. Spoil not his resting place. For a just man falleth 7 times, and riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. So lay not wait, O wicked man, against the dwelling of the righteous. Spoil not his resting place. God's basically just, as far as I can tell, God's just saying, wicked, don't be wicked. Like Karens, quit meddling with everyone's stuff. Just leave us alone. My interpretation. And then for verse 16, for a just man falleth 7 times and riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. Which is like what I just said earlier. The successful people, in terms of business and economics, they fail and fail and fail, but they keep getting up. As far as the righteous are concerned, they fall into adversity and problems and strife, and all sorts of trouble gets thrown their way, but then they get back up and carry on and do that which is good and righteous. But the wicked, you could get all manner of goodness thrown at the wicked, and they will be good so long as good things are happening to them. Maybe. But as soon as things don't go their way, they will fall into mischief. Because they have a weak character. Yeah, you should be good, not bad. Rejoice not when thine enemy falleth, and let not thine heart be glad when he stumbleth. These verses go together. That's why I'm highlighting them both. Lest the Lord see it, and it displease him, and he turn away his wrath from him. Pretty much straightforward. If you just trust what the Bible says and just do what God says, this was just straightforward. When your enemies fall, when your enemies have trouble, don't rejoice. Because ultimately, your heart should be that you want everyone to be saved. You want love and forgiveness and mercy. I made a video on that love and forgiveness is the answer. I mean it. Love and forgiveness is the answer. When your adversary stumbles and falls and fails, it would be better for you to see if he needs help. It will be better for you and for him if you offer to help him when he falls. Now, if he pushes your help away, which I feel is probably most likely, but even if he does, no one can say you did not try to help him, because your heart, you knew you tried to help him, and don't try to help with like feign intentions. Actually, with a pure heart, try to help. And then if ultimately he rejects your help, he rejects all the help you're trying to give him, then it's on him. You tried. You did all you could. You tried your best. If he wants to stay in the ditch, then that's what he has chosen. You tried to help him out. If he doesn't want your help, you can't help him. You cannot help anyone that will not help themselves. You cannot help anyone that will not accept help. That is the way it is. So, when your enemies fall, pray for them. When your enemies succeed, really pray for them. Because if your enemies are succeeding, if they're getting riches while being wicked, then they're not going to stop. And then they're going to accumulate even more wrath against themselves, which is worse. It says, fret not thyself because of evil men, neither be thou envious at the wicked. For there shall be no reward to the evil man, and the candle of the wicked shall be put out. Yeah, ultimately the wicked are going to be destroyed, so don't envy them, because that would be like envying your own destruction. Yeah. And it says, fret not thyself. I wonder about that. Coupled with these verses, I think it's just that. Just not to envy them, but to not worry about the evil man altogether? It might not be talking about that. My son, fear the Lord and the king, and meddle not with them that are given to change. For their calamity shall rise suddenly, and who knoweth the ruin of them both? Okay, so wait a second. So it says, fear the Lord and the king, and meddle not with them that are given to change. For their calamity shall rise suddenly, and who knoweth the ruin of them both? Who is both? And who knoweth the ruin of them both? Who is both? The Lord is God, isn't it? Fear the Lord, God, and the king. I don't know. Who is the king? Joe Biden? And meddle not with them that are given to change. What is change? What change? Joe Biden? For their calamity, the ruin of them both. I don't know what that means. Fear the Lord means to hate evil. I don't know. See? I don't know. That's something else. What does it mean? And meddle not with them that are given to change. I'm not sure what that means. These things also belong to the wise. It is not good to have respect of persons in judgment. Well, all these verses go together. He that saith unto the wicked, thou art righteous, him shall the people curse, nations shall abhor him. Okay, so, respect of persons. If you don't know what that means, this means that you treat people differently based on like how you see them or how other people view them. So, for instance, in the Bible, it gives an example of if there was a rich man dressed nicely coming into a church building, and then the is it an usher? I think it's an usher. Is it the ushers? I think it's the ushers, or I don't know. They go to the rich man and say, "Oh yes, come sit in this nice spot here." But then so a poor man comes in with rags, and they say, "Oh, ew," and they say, "Well, go sit over there in the corner, or go sit under here this footstool." God says, "Don't do that." God says, basically, if there's one spot available in like a place, a building, and there's a rich man comes in and a poor man comes in, but the poor man came in first, you should give the spot to the poor man. The rich man will have to stand. Now you think, well, that's just fair. That's just fair. I mean, if the poor man was there first, then that's just fair. Now, if the rich man becomes haughty, if he thinks that, oh, I am rich, why has he made him better than me? Well, then your heart is wicked, and you have respect of persons. If you respect some person because he's rich, and you disrespect some other person because they are poor, that's evil, and God doesn't like it. Don't do that. You should not have respect of persons in judgment. If person A commits a crime, person A is guilty of the crime. What if person A is rich? What if they are a pastor? What if they're a preacher? What if they're a millionaire? What if they are good every other day of the week? Irrelevant. You did the crime, you're going to do the time. So don't have respect of persons in judgment. Judge everyone fairly and equally, and don't judge people more or less severe because one's rich and one's poor. Right, okay. But, oh, he that saith unto the wicked, thou art righteous, him shall the people curse, nations shall abhor him. I hope so. He that saith unto the wicked, thou art righteous, the people shall curse him, nations shall abhor him. I sure hope so. But them that rebuke him shall be delight, and a good blessing shall come upon them. Rebuke means to tell him he did it. To rebuke means to correct him, but in a harsh way, a harsh correction, like saying, well, reprove is when you, like, if your child did something wrong or they didn't do it the right way, but like, well, sweetie, maybe try it like this. Try it this way. That's reproving someone. Rebuke is like, were you even paying attention? This is what you need to do. What are you doing? That's a rebuke. Wise man can be rebuked, and they will still be wise. They will still improve in wisdom. A scorner, if you reprove them, they will hate you. Ew. So, rebuke the wicked guy, and everyone likes it. Okay. Every man shall kiss his lips that giveth a right answer. Probably not literally, but spiritually. Everyone that gives a right answer, it just sounds so sweet to your soul. It doesn't matter what it's in. I see it a lot in politics when conservatives are debating liberals, and the whole liberal argument doesn't even make any sense, and the conservative can just throw it all right back in their face, and then the liberal answer them back, and then the conservative can answer them in a perfect manner that it just puts them to silence. It just sounds so cool. It sounds cool. Giving right answers. Prepare thy work without, and make it fit for thyself in the field, and afterwards build thine house. What? What does this mean? Prepare thy work without. Without outside of somewhere. Prepare thy work outside. Make it fit for thyself in the field, and afterwards build thine house. It's 3 steps. Prepare thy work without, make it fit for thyself in the field, and afterwards build thine house. So maybe it means draw up the map, the plan, make it nice in the field, I guess, and afterwards build thine house? What does this mean? Marky Man says, is that guy still threatening you, Adam? The white supremacist guy? Yes. Did I tell you about him? I'm on a white supremacist hit list, which is kind of cool. I'm kind of flattered, actually. But he doesn't know where I live, so even if he did, I wouldn't worry about it. But that is pretty cool. I forgot his name, though. Is this a white... He's wanted. I guess... Hardy Lloyd? I think that's his name. Hardy Lloyd. He's a white supremacist. He's wanted by like the Texas government or something. And they're trying to capture him. So if you have any information that can help get him captured. There's a cash reward for it too. That's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm on his hit list because I was watching a Louder with Crowder stream, and he kept this guy. I didn't know who he was. He kept posting pictures of penises in the chat, and I asked him to quit, and he kept doing it. And then I asked the moderators if they would just like ban him from doing that. And then he says I'm on his list. It's like, okay, bro, whatever. But anyway, I believe his name is Hardy Lloyd. I don't know. I think that's kind of cool to be on a white supremacist hit list because, like, so the whole reason people love Donald Trump is one of the reasons people love Donald Trump is they look at the people who hate him. If the people that are wanting to destroy this country, mutilate children, and delete women, and kill babies are the ones that hate Donald Trump, then it's like, if everyone that hates you is pure evil, then you must be good. It's not like the devil hates devils. So I don't know. Neat little parallel there. I'm not sure what these instructions are for. Prepare thy work without, make it fit for thyself in the field, and afterwards build thine house. I guess plan and then do. I'm supposing. Be not a witness against thy neighbor without cause, and deceive not with thy lips. God hates lying. Okay. Say not, I will do... Okay, so this is important. Say not, I will do to him as he hath done to me. I will render to the man according to his work. The golden rule is to treat others the way you would like to be treated. It is not treat others the way they treat me. Don't do that. Don't treat others the way they treat you. Treat them better. Treat them the way you'd like to be treated. That's what you're supposed to do. I went by the field of the slothful, and by the vineyard of a man void of understanding. And lo, was all grown over with thorns and nettles, and covered thereof, and the stone wall thereof broken down. This is all one thing. Okay. He went by the field of the slothful, lazy, they don't work, they don't do stuff. By the vineyard of a man void of understanding, and lo, it was grown over with thorns and nettles, and covered with the face thereof, and the stone wall thereof was broken down. Then I saw and considered it well. I looked upon it and received instruction. Yet a little slumber, a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding the hands to sleep. So shall thy poverty come as one that travaileth, and as thy want as an armed man. Don't be slothful and take care of your stuff. I mean, it's easier said than done. I consider myself a slothful, but I did just figure out that I'm slightly disciplined. So that's pretty cool. Slightly disciplined. Are you slightly disciplined? So, because I'll do push-ups every day. It's not much, but it's something. Slightly disciplined. I stream videos every week. It's not much, but it's something. I do other things too. That I'm planning on doing more. At least I'm slightly disciplined, so that's cool. I would like to be very disciplined. I'd like to be a freaking hawk. I pray for it, so we'll see. We'll see. So don't be a sloth. Build your stuff. It says, yeah, a little slumber, a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding the hands to sleep, so shall thy poverty come. The Bible says sleep is the enemy. I believe it. Though I love sleep, though I should hate it. You should get up when you wake up. And I could have done that today and could have got some more stuff done. But I didn't. Okay, now, the stream goes to 5, but I'm obviously not going to have enough time to get through another chapter. So I'm just going to end the stream here. Right, because otherwise the stream would probably be 2 hours, and I don't want that. We just get through this. We just get through this. We did Proverbs chapter 24. It was shorter than what it normally is. That's fine, because we covered everything we need to cover. Chat's not saying anything else, so that is it. Thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm the Bible Nutter. Be sure to like the video. If you're still here, like the video, because if 7 people watched it, or 4 people, or however, if 20 people watch it, it should be 20 likes. Yeah. So, thank you everyone for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and that is all for this. That's all for today, for the stream. Okay. Thank you guys. God bless you. And goodbye.